Amazon signs a massive deal to launch its internet satellites. Leaves out SpaceX. Yeah, they're beefing. Remember they were beefing. Bezos beef. Bezos, Musk beef. Billionaire beef.
I never knew that they had like a Starlink type competitor.
Yeah. They've been beefing.
I thought they just wanted Blue Origin to be in space.
They've been beefing over satellites forever. Trying to compete on every level. Project Kuiper, scheduled for 83 launches in the next 5 years. That's a lot of launches. Amazon just booked 83 launches on board rockets from Aerospace, Blue Origin, and United Launch Alliance to transport a majority of its Project Kuiper satellite constellation to low Earth orbit within the next 5 years. The recent collaboration includes nearly every major player from the private space sector, except for SpaceX. Well, because they were beefing. They were actually in court. Bezos's people were saying, hey,
you're flying too low.
You can't launch over there. You're messing with all this and that. You're messing things up. I can't see the stars. And then Elon's like, hey, aren't you going to do the exact same thing?
It's like space war.
They're like, no, not yet. We'll do it later and better and cooler.
It's like
we're Amazon, of course.
Yeah. But you're richer than me right now.
Elon's like, well, what about that? Elon's like, what about the union in New York? What are you doing about that? Aren't you busy?
Everyone's like, ooh.
Aren't you busy with that, Bezos? And he's like, well, I heard you had 3 protesters over there in Fremont. And he's like, and then Elon's like, hey, man, I'm going to Texas. I'm already out. I'm halfway out of there. Care about Fremont? That's the type of beef that's how they...
Those are some low blows for them.
That's how they do their thing.
Billionaire
satellite beef.
Conflict.
That's right. Okay, so prior to this recent deal, go up a little bit higher. Prior to this recent deal, the company had already purchased 9 Atlas V launches from ULA about a year ago. Although Amazon did not announce the total cost of the contracts, it is spending billions from its $10 billion overall budget for this project. Not cheap with these satellites, man. Not cheap whatsoever. I guess they're sitting there looking at it, and they can't let him get too far ahead, because this type of thing, to do it at a later date. But there continues to be this crossover between these enormous tech companies where they don't want to leave any stone unturned. They're like, they don't even know necessarily who their competitors will be 50 years from now or whatever it is. So there's just increasing crossover.
Yeah.
Media, hardware products, internet communications, everything. Cars, automotive, Amazon's invested in Rivian. Like, do you see this like high level stuff going on here?
It's going to be like just 3 or 4 main companies.
They do everything. Amazon's got groceries, man. Amazon got Whole Foods, man.